Okay, fam, what's up? I'm back. It's your girl, with the issue of blood, and I'm on topic today. Like I'm on point. I'm gonna hit you with this video real quick, and we're gonna be talking about still the meanings of names today. So, if you like this content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button because I think you're going to dig it. Like, if you're here, I think you're going to dig it. I really think that you're going to learn something. I think you're going to encounter something that's going to just make you say, So, stick around. Now, we've been doing a study on names, etymology of names. And on this channel, the content that I'm going to be coming with, that I'm going to be hitting hard, is going to be sex. 1 and 2 is going to be the true name of the Father, and 3 is going to be the true purpose of the Son. So basically, most of my content is going to somewhere tie into all of that because all 3 of those are very important to life. You know, they're like water and food. You know, those 3 things. Yes, sex to me. It's like water and food to you. Ooh. May I flourish. Now, let's see. We're going to get off that. So, some of the names that we have today, the first name that I gave you guys was Nikki, right? My name. And in that, we have a male and female version, Nicole and Nicholas, which basically is Latin or Greek. And it means victory. Now, when I looked up mine, which was Nicole, it said the victory of the people. Now, I need something to scratch my head with. So sorry. So I went to do a study on some other names, and I'm gonna tie this in. I was doing royal names here, and I did Victoria, and it led me to, it means to conquer. Y'all know there was a Queen Victoria at some point, right? So her name meant to conquer, which is interesting because it kind of tied into Nicholas, which means victory of the people, but Victoria. Now, Victoria is the female version. The male is Victor. So you have Victor and Victoria, which would both be pretty much Latin or Greek. And those mean to conquer. Now, what I did find also is that Victor equals Nike. Now, this is where, and I'm just seeing it too, y'all. God is so good. This is where they tie in together because when I looked up Victor equals Nike, which, like Nike sign, like the shoe. And we know that was a god, right? And he was a Greek god, and I suppose he was known of conquering. Who knows? But yeah, so that's what those names come from. Victor equals Nike, so therefore it ties into, you have the female Victor and Victoria, that means to conquer, but it also is like a parallel to Nicholas and Nikki, which means the victory of the people. So I suppose both can mean to conquer, or both can mean to have the victory. But I think Victor and Victoria means more like as a general kind of conquers the people. And I think the Nikki one, is more kind of like the victory of the people, like when you choose, like when you have the right to vote and we chose you. But I think, yeah, so Nikki or Nicholas, that's kind of like we chose you, but Victoria is kind of like we took you, we conquered. Now, excuse me again. Now, Edward, which was the last name that I did? Hold on, one second. Now, I have it. The last name that we did was James, and we'll go ahead and do it again. We did James, which is the Greek, and the Hebrew version of that was Jacob. And maybe I didn't write it all down, so I covered it. James, which means surplant, to surplant, or usurp, or take by force. forcefully. All right, so we know that Jacob had that name, and see again, we was told that what did they tell us? Deceiver meant deceiver. Where did the wrestle with God come in? I think that was with Israel. Oh, that's what. Oh yeah. Okay, so his first name meant supplanter or usurper, that type of thing, Jacob. But when it was changed to Israel, that's when they said to wrestle with God or to contend. So think about that literally, people, as a nation. What did the nation of Israel do? I didn't say the nation of Jews. I said the nation of Israel. Did not they contend with the Most High all the time? When he said, y'all do this, and they said, no, we want to do that. Basically, the disobedience was the the disobedience was the contending. That was them wrestling. Now, thank God that, I suppose Jacob won, so prayerfully in the end, I guess that symbolizes that we're gonna win. But yeah, all we did was struggle against the Most High. And it's so ironic that one of my children does that. Like, I try to tell them what to do all the time, and they struggle with me. I say, my job is to nurture and protect you. Why are you going against me? But somebody once said that, yeah, when you send your children off to school, it's like they take away a little bit of your ownership. They hear their voice half of the day, and they don't even almost know who you are when they come back home. And you have to reprogram them all over again. So, yeah. So far, stay with me. We've just done Victor and Victoria. That's one name. We've just done Nicole and Nicholas. That's two. And we just did James or Jacob, which is three. And we've that transitioned into Israel. So we did that. All right. So next we have Isaac. We're going to do Isaac, which means laughter. I didn't get much for that. He laughs. They laughed. Laughter. And that's pretty much because they kind of mocked. I don't know if it was a mocking laugh or a laugh like we're fulfilled. We were happy with that news. But basically they laughed after getting the news like we're old and we're going to have a baby. So they laughed. Was it mocking or was it really funny? But they laughed. So you have the nation of Israel. First they was laughing. Then they was wrestling. We just was all over the place. And I'm big on saying we need to stop all this laughing because some of this shit ain't funny. All right. Now, moving on. We have Michael, in which I still do not remember what that said. And while I'm gathering up electronics so I can be a little bit more precise with this, I just want to show you guys what I'm working on. And I say working because, oh my God, the flesh, boy, I tell you, be lazy, don't it? All right, here we have a purple cabbage. Yes, I'm not in the kitchen. I just reached up and got a cabbage, but we gotta wash it anyway, right? And yeah, I might do a little peroxide wash with it, but it's so pretty. They must have just got these from the store because normally when I go in there, they have these the purple lettuce, the purple cabbage, and they all wilted looking. This one was really pretty, so I'm gonna try to make some cabbage with it. I can't put no swine in it now. No fat back, none of that stuff. So I gotta try some different stuff. But I want it's that when you get one, you really can do a lot with it. I'm going to do like a steam or saute, that type of stuff, vegetables with some cornbread. But also I have enough left over that I can ferment some. So I'm gonna make sauerkraut, which I have made before. And it was so good. It was delicious. My children loved it. But I haven't done it with the purple, and I've really been intending to because I know that's more of the natural. So I look forward to it, and I hope it turns out well. I got to pray over it, definitely. All right. So let's get back to this. You guys, I also had to look up what the word magna meant today because I heard it used, and I was like, what? It means make America great again. It's just basically an acronym. for that president we have and things and that type of situation. I was like, what if this don't sound like some fugazi? I don't know what does. All right, anyway, what does... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did Michael again, but it just slipped my mind. Okay, it says, who is like God? Nobody. Who is like the Lord? Who is like God? Now, I don't know what that means if you name your child Michael. That's just like a question. Who is like God? That ain't necessarily saying that person gonna act like the Lord or not. It's questionable, right? Anyway, that's what Michael means. So next we have Mary. We're gonna do Mary. That's a very popular name and a name that's in our book, right? Which that is Greek. It says Greek is Mary. I've kind of pre-studied this. I did this one already. Latin we have Marie, and Hebrew we have Miriam, and it means sea of bitterness or sorrow, which I can understand that. They went through some grief. Those Marys was definitely grieving. And also somewhere I saw, I couldn't go back to it, but I did see a flash where it says rebellion. I don't know about Mary and rebellion, that characteristic. I'm not sure. But I did put it there. So now let's go back into some more names. Those names we just did primarily were Hebrew names. Jacob. Oh, and we did Joshua already. I do have Joshua here, which we have Joshua, Jesus. Yeah, that's what we got there. And basically means God saves. We got that. Oh, just in case y'all didn't on the first one, yes. I'm pretty sure y'all know that already. All right, so another name we're going to do here, stay with me, is Elizabeth. I've noticed that name pop up a lot, and I wanted to see what it meant. Ugh, what is that? Hold on. What? Oh, okay. I got it. Elizabeth, oath of God. Okay. So, and Elizabeth, John the Baptist's mom name was Elizabeth. But it says the Hebrew would have been Elisheba. I'm going to spell it for you. Elisheba. And I don't know. I don't want to try to say it today because I might butcher it for whatever reason. So, yeah, Elizabeth means oath of God. And that is good. That ties in because John the Baptist's mom was named Elizabeth. So, basically, the oath came from John the Baptist was the forerunner. So, yeah, the forerunner came from oath. Like, I promised to give you a forerunner of not your king, of, what did I say? He's not a forerunner. A go-between. That's what my sister said. But, yeah. So, I think Elizabeth's oath of God is pretty cool. That seems to fit. Now, here's where it's finna start getting kind of scratch your head again. I looked up Nero. And it means Latin, strong, or vigorous. And in some cases, in Italian, it says it means black. Right? And I kept wondering, why would that mean black? We have black, and we have strong and rigorous. Okay? And then, to sleep. It says something about water. And a genius. This is off under Nero. I don't know about the water, but it has genius here. And it has strong and rigorous and black. Now, in the tribe of Benjamin, we were just looking off into Samuel, the book of Samuel. Saul came from Kish, and he came from a guy called Ner, N-E-R. So I think Nero is like the Latin version. If I was to let's put this in and see what it means. Because I kept wondering, where did they get this word Nero from? It's like the Greeks, they just threw an O on it. But it was the Hebrew word because one of their names is in the Bible. Ner, E-N-E-R. So let's see what that means. That's when we're going to really see what the truth is. All right, let's just read what it says. I know I'm taking a minute here because they may not give us a total definition, because they're not going to give us it as a Hebrew name. It's coming out more as like a serve word or something. It says slang. No. I will have to dig deeper to find the Hebrew meaning of that. And I challenge anyone that's watching this. Oh, here we go. Wait. Definition of near in the dictionary meaning of NER. Then it has a Chaldean numerology. Anything related to Chaldean, we know that's some ancient stuff. So that letting you know right there, it's an ancient name. But I want the meaning. I don't know if we can find it here. Hold on. No, it's giving me some numerological number. And then, you know what? I'm going to be honest right here. Okay, it says translations for NER. It gives me German and Spain. Oh, you know what? That's probably something different. No, I'm not able to find at this particular time the definition of the name, which I know it is in here. So, but what I'm saying is I believe that Nero comes from that Hebrew name of NER, which is in Samuel and a couple more places, because they rename their kids down the generation some of the same names. And again, there was a reason why I feel that it says in Italian it means black. I feel that it probably because it's related back to our culture. But it also means strong, right? Strong, rigorous. And then it says genius. Now, here's the last one. Adolphus, which we all know from Adolphus Hitler, right? I looked up that name, and it was German, and it means noble wolf. So I'm saying all this to say I want to do this real quick. We going off into 20 minutes. If you haven't watched the video prior to this, you're watching this now, or you're watching this one after watching that video about the names of the father, and we got off into talking about him literally protecting us under the shadow of his wing, and we gave it I gave a description about us being the sheep and a wolf in sheep's clothes. I find it mighty interesting that Hitler, who first name means wolf, and we know that the enemy is the devil is called a wolf, he went after the so-called Jewish nation. This stuff right here, if you break this down, this will let y'all see how stuff is playing. Sometimes it's not even ironic or like, oh, it was done by the Spirit of the Lord. No, sometimes the world, they know. Listen, the term is called know your enemy. So if the Most High is their enemy, they know him. They want to know him to know their enemy, right? So then they're going to play on stuff like that. They're going to play on it. They're going to play into it and all this and that. So if they're trying to propagate something, then they're going to line up with it. And I find it mighty funny that this name, Adolphus, means wolf. Think about that. Just think about that. And so, yeah, this just to tie this all up. Names have meanings. They are important. And a lot of times people act the characteristics of their name, and we don't even know it. And especially back in our culture, because of their names was directly attached to God, something that was around the connotation of that. Whether, like I said, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, it had something to do with God. And some of those, like, I gave the example of when the ark had left the city or whatever. It had been captured or whatever, and a woman had just had a child, and she named her child something like the Spirit of the Lord has left us. I would not have wanted to be named that. Ooh, it just sounds so sad, you know. And speaking, bringing up that point, I was watching whatever that news it was today, and they had Octomom on there. Y'all know that lady that made herself look like a big old cow, had all them 8 babies at one time. Man, she named over half her children some stuff out the Bible. And if y'all seen my previous videos, we talked about how these Gentiles be trying to bestow our blessings on them. I don't want to say steal, but they really trying hard to bless themselves by renaming their seed after those names that incorporate God. So I think one of them was Jeremiah, Noah, Josiah, Jonah. These are some of her boys. Now she had 8. Now one of the girl name was, now I think Aaliyah name, I've talked about the importance of the 2 consonants together, and I looked at that word, and I think that may be a Hebrew name. But anyway, yeah, one of them named, I guess, is Aaliyah with the M, Mully or something like that, and then the other girl, some of them are kind of some common names or whatever, but a great deal of them had biblical names. And I also talked about how Adderley is a biblical name in the Bible, and Natalie is just Adderley with the N, and that's Octomom's name, Natalie. So there, you know, we really have to pay attention to names. And even when you're dating, you need to be paying attention to these people, ladies and men. You need to be paying attention to these people's names and what they mean, and also pay attention to what they eat. You know, a lot of times, like I said before, you know, when we come together and we become one, what we doing but sleeping together and eating and then having babies and raising your family. So you definitely want to make sure that when you with a man, that when you cook, he's gonna eat what you cooking. Y'all on the same path. And misters, y'all want to make sure that y'all with a woman who want to cook the stuff that you want to eat. I'm telling you, I've been in food fights at home, and it's not nice. It's not nice. The family time, people in here arguing, I don't want to smell ground beef cooking and stuff like this. Like, good Lord, can't the man eat a taco? What's the problem? So y'all better get that stuff situated, because we'll never make it if we don't come together on simple stuff like that. And I'm not a burger and fry type of girl. I ban McDonald's in my house. People don't understand. Get in the car, be talking about, oh, you hungry? Let's stop by McDonald's. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating. I've seen too much, heard too much. I'm not eating that mess, period. You know, and it's been some years that I haven't eaten it, but oh my God, as soon as you make a stand, somebody's gonna try you. So yes, thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel, Woman with the Issue of Blood. Please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And I look to see you guys again. Peace. Shalom.